And chips getting crushed, sold down, and basically swapped out here. Is the market breaking or just taking a breath?
I mean, I think this is a blip. To me, it's a golden buying opportunity. I think the bark's going to be a lot worse than the bite when this all plays out. It's a political rhetoric. We're going to see some of this nervousness, but it's not stopping the AI revolution. I mean, I believe NASDAQ 20,000 is something we'll hit before year end, which we're telling our clients, you have that basket of names, you own them on days like today.
So, Dan, you're not too concerned about what could be a broader correction in these markets if we saw big tech continuing to get sold down?
I mean, Dan, I think we're going to have a historic tech earnings season. I think the next few weeks, semis, software, cybersecurity are going to be robust. And I think when you look at this AI revolution, it's still 9 p.m. in a party that goes to 4 a.m. We're going to have some of these sell-offs. And of course, the nervousness with some of the Trump-Taiwan comments. But we've been here before. On macro type of worries, you own these names, geopolitical, because I think when we look at where this is all heading, this is a tech bull market that's going to continue for the next full, I think, 2-3 years.
In an unexpected twist of events, the enigmatic AI innovator, Palantir Technologies, has suddenly found itself in the limelight, courtesy of a fascinating prediction from Wedbush Securities Dan Ives. With his bullish forecast and bold projections, the Wedbush analyst has painted a tantalizing picture of what the future might hold for Palantir, a company traditionally shrouded in both awe and skepticism. And when it comes to AI, Ives believes that Palantir is on the same level as key industry players like Amazon, Alphabet, and Microsoft, so investors will undoubtedly want to keep an eye on this potential AI giant. The recent surge in Palantir's stock price, trailing a modest gain over the weeks, hints at promising developments, a moment that might very well signal a significant turning point for the company. So, could this provider of data analytics and AI solutions finally be turning a corner? Or is this yet another tantalizing twist in the ongoing saga of its market perception? Let's find out in today's video. But before we do that, if you want to keep up with Palantir's latest updates and keep up with the stock market's latest news, you can follow our Twitter account. We post multiple times daily about the biggest changes and catalysts in the market, so click the follow button if you don't want to miss the newest market updates.
Wedbush out with a new bullish call for Palantir, raising its bull case price target on the stock to $50 for 2025. Note saying that the Messi of AI is in a prime spot for the AI revolution. For more, we are now bringing in the analyst behind that note, Dan Ives, Senior Equity Analyst at Wedbush. Dan, it is good to see you. So this note, Dan, you maintain the outperform. The target's 35, but the new bull case is 50 for 2025. Walk us through that note, Dan. How come?
Yeah, Josh, the AI revolution's here. And when I look at the next step, the use cases, Palantir, I think, is going to really be the one that's front and center in a lot of these deals. And we're seeing that through a lot of these cloud channels, a lot of the work we do in boot camps. Investors, look, if you've seen, they're negative at 6, they hate it at 12, despise it at 18, and screaming at 25. And I think that this is a stock that has a massive move ahead of it, given where the AI revolution's heading. That's why it's the Messi of AI.
When it comes to discussing stock market sensations, Palantir stands out not just for its technological prowess, but also for the swirl of emotions it garners from the investing community. Analysts are often torn, and sentiment oscillates like a stock market graph. However, recent data suggests that Palantir might be on the cusp of a meteoric rise, with Wedbush's provocative endorsement fueling market speculation. Let's kick things off with a bit of market sarcasm. Imagine a stock so enigmatic that even Jim Cramer called it a giant black box. Palantir's classification under such a moniker perfectly encapsulates the intrigue surrounding this data analytics titan. On one hand, you have its staggering 66% year-to-date gains. On the other, you hear whispers of it being undervalued despite these impressive figures. It's akin to watching a magician pull rabbits out of a hat, but we're still left wondering how. Wedbush's recent involvement in the plot adds an intriguing twist. The analysts there have highlighted Palantir's blossoming role in the AI sector, and have even hinted at a series of upcoming earnings reports that could send the stock soaring. Despite not being part of the Magnificent Seven, which includes juggernauts like Amazon, Alphabet, and Microsoft, Palantir has been singled out by tech expert Dan Ives as a likely star in the looming Q2 earnings season. According to Ives, Q2 earnings will be a major positive catalyst for the tech sector, and companies like Palantir are primed to capitalize on this momentum. Notably, Dan Ives maintained his outperform rating and $35 price target on the stock, and his bull case scenario sees shares rising to $50 as companies ramp up spending on more AI services. With this in mind, should investors follow Ives's advice and load up on Palantir shares? Let's get right into it. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Investocracy.
I was curious, Dan, reading your note, what had changed or what different information that you had to take you to that bull case? Because it looks similar to the case that you had made before for the stock. So was there more data that you were gathering to get you to 50 here?
Yeah, Julie, it's just in the almost 100 customers that we've spoke with, the conviction level is increasing. I think deals accelerating. And I think what we're seeing on AIP conversion is even stronger than we expected. Now, does that mean for this quarter, for next quarter? But when I look out the next 6-12 months on Palantir, I think this is going to be a golden child of AI. And right now, I mean, institutionally speaking, it's very negative because I think many don't understand or appreciate the true, what I view as the competitive moat that Karp and Palantir built.
It was interesting, Dan. I was talking not too long ago with Brent Till over at Jefferies and covers Palantir, and he was encouraged by what he saw in Palantir's business and fundamentals, but he was staying on the sidelines, and it was a valuation call. He just thought it looked pricey, but you don't share those concerns here.
Josh, I get the valuation argument, but it's very similar to how I viewed Microsoft and Apple and Tesla and so many other names, that you have to view it as a sum of the parts. You got to view it on what's the commercial business worth, what is AIP going to drive, and then put some multiple in the government business. And I think when you start to put those together, I mean, you could start, 35 is our base case, but then you start to get to a bull case $50 into next year as this goes to the second, third, fourth derivative. And I don't know how you could have a basket of AI stocks and just dismiss Palantir. I mean, that's sort of our view, and that's been our conversations with investors, even though it's a very contentious name.
No one can deny Palantir's importance to the U.S. government, as well as to the company's commercial partners. Backing this conjecture are some solid figures and analyses. Despite the mixed ratings from Wall Street, the company has shown consistent growth in key metrics. For instance, Palantir's Q1 2024 revenue growth of 40% year-over-year in U.S. commercial markets is nothing to scoff at. Factor in their newly minted partnerships with entities like Voyager Space and Starlab Space, embarking on out-of-this-world, quite literally, ventures, and you can see why optimistic analysts are betting big. Then there's Palantir's invaluable expertise in data handling and AI deployments. With over 1,300 boot camps completed in the last year, 500 of those in the past 3 months alone, Palantir is not only refining its capabilities, but also rapidly expanding its user base. Wedbush itself noted that Palantir's stock still trades below $30, significantly undervalued compared to its AI peers. A point to ponder, especially when considering that Palantir has amassed a treasure trove of government and commercial contracts that fuel its growth, making it clear that Palantir's tech could be on the verge of broader acceptance and application. So, what's the main takeaway for investors? Let's find out. But first, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
Dan, I'm sure you're aware of some of the chatter, you kind of referred to it, that's out there lately. There is some skepticism creeping out there on AI. Edison Lee over at Jefferies just writing today that what we're seeing right now in tech in terms of the sell-off isn't actually about geopolitics. It's not actually about concern over China and Taiwan. It's actually about concern over AI's return on investment. I know you don't agree with that, clearly. But, what do you think that's about? Is it just that people are getting impatient here? What do you think? Or do you think that they have a point?
I mean, look, this sell-off, I can tell you from all my conversations the last 48 hours, it's the Trump, Taiwan, China war, right? I mean, those comments, and obviously he'll speak tonight, and then you factor in a potential Trump second term. What does that mean in terms of the AI trade? So I think that's this sell-off. But Julie, I think when me and Josh talk in the next few weeks, and Josh is wearing his pink sports jacket, I think we're going to have a massive tech earnings season for tech, for semis, for software that changes the narrative. But I always say, I mean, you can see AI on your spreadsheets or in the 10th floor of your New York City office building. And I think that's why we spend so much time around the globe, and there's no denying this AI revolution is probably the biggest tech trend we've seen in the last 40, 50 years.
The undeniable takeaway here is that Palantir Technologies shows immense potential for savvy investors. Not only does the company exhibit robust growth metrics, but it is also strategically aligning itself within an evolving AI landscape. With current stock prices hovering around the $28 mark and bullish projections of it nearly doubling, we're looking at a potential gold mine for those prepared to ride the AI wave. Palantir's multifaceted approach, from AI space ventures to public health collaborations, reinforces the idea that the firm is not only resilient, but also exceptionally adaptable. Exciting collaborations, strong quarterly revenues, and innovative product lines like the artificial intelligence platform position Palantir favorably, potentially transforming them into a market darling. While concerns about its opaque business model persist, they are easily overshadowed when you look at the solid financials and the strategic advancements Palantir is making. Wedbush's bullish outlook and elevated price targets for 2025 suggest that analysts see enduring value in this stock. In closing, Palantir's journey is not just a narrative of fluctuating stock prices, but one of a company on the brink of redefining its industry. It's a high-stakes game, but one that promises substantial rewards for those willing to take the plunge. The question is, are you ready to join the ride? What are your thoughts on Palantir's future in the AI economy? Share your opinions. After all, in this intricate dance of stocks and speculation, every viewpoint counts. If you would like to know what companies like Palantir have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.